Hi everyone, welcome to the NEETprep YouTube channel. I am Disha Agarwal, a third-year MPS NEET at Maulana Azad Medical College, New Delhi. I appeared for NEET in the year 2020 and I scored 683 out of 720 with an all-India rank of 499. So in today's video, I am going to discuss some mistakes made by NEET aspirants, and very often we make these mistakes without even realizing it. When I was preparing in class 11 and class 12, in fact, I also made these mistakes, especially in class 11, and then I had to spend almost all of class 12 trying to rectify these mistakes. So stay tuned till the end of the video, and I say that once you see what mistakes can be made, you will not make them in your preparation. So let's get started. The way I think of it, NEET preparation is divided into three broad categories: theory, question practice and analysis, and planning. So it's like a cycle. You study theory, you practice questions and you analyze, and then you plan how to improve further. And mistakes can happen at any point in the cycle. So let's take them one by one and see where all mistakes can happen. Starting with theory, the first and the most common mistake made by NEET aspirants is studying unnecessary information and ignoring the NCERT. हम काफी unnecessary extra चीजें पढ़ते हैं through modules and everything, and to be honest, they're not even that important. We tend to ignore the graphs and the tables given in NCERT, and we often consider some chapters as less important. So this is a huge mistake made by NEET aspirants, and we should not commit it. The second mistake is rushing to complete the syllabus without self-study and revision. काफी false sense of satisfaction मिलता है when we say हमने सारी videos देख ली है and हमारा syllabus complete हो गया है, but when we actually sit for a test, we realize कि हमने जो पहले पढ़ा था हमें याद नहीं है. So do not make this mistake by revising continuously and practicing questions as you study. The third mistake made by NEET aspirants is ignoring weaknesses or trying to mug them up. So I had a webinar on this topic, and you can find the link to it right over here. The fourth mistake is not creating rapid revision materials. Ultimately, जब इतना बड़ा volume cover करना होता है syllabus का, you have to rely on rapid revision materials. So I would strongly recommend that you make your formula sheets and your short notes. So the next category is planning. Once we know कि हमारी यहाँ mistakes हुई हैं, we have to plan how we are going to fix them. So mistake number one is relying on online motivation. Right? We have to understand that motivation comes from within, and nobody on YouTube can motivate us to pick up the books and study. Even if you feel motivated, it is only momentary, and ultimately you will have to rely on yourself to stay motivated. The second mistake is poor time management. If we do not manage our time well, we will have inadequate time for sleep, for revision, and ultimately we will end up accumulating a lot of backlogs. This will cause a lot of stress, and we will not be able to cope up with the huge volume of syllabus thrown at us. So make sure that you plan your days very well so you can achieve your goals. The third mistake is taking assertion reasoning questions lightly. These are very theoretical questions, and you have to have a very good understanding of the subject to get them right. And to be honest, the NCERT is the best source for theory. You can look for keywords like because, as, since, therefore, and you can highlight those lines which questions assertion reasoning related can possibly come from. Fourth mistake is not practicing with an OMR sheet. If you don't practice with an OMR sheet, it is very likely that you will end up marking the wrong bubbles and you will end up losing marks unnecessarily. The fifth mistake is lack of analysis. A test that is not analyzed, in my opinion, is a test wasted, because only once you analyze a test will you realize where your mistakes are and what all you need to work on. So do not forget to analyze the test once you have attempted it. Moving on to question practice and analysis. So sometimes people are either very enthusiastic, बहुत सारे tests करेंगे, and the other extreme also exists. People are extremely under enthusiastic कि हमें तो test solve करने ही नहीं है. So both of these approaches are wrong, and I'll tell you how. So mistake number one is jumping into tests without adequate question practice. So what will happen is that if you don't have enough practice beforehand, you will end up making a lot of mistakes on your test, and low score से demotivation हो जाती है. So make sure that you have at least some question practice before you jump into a test. The second mistake is not attempting tests at all. So this is what I was talking about when I said some people are not enthusiastic about tests. Tests are the best way to revise topics, and I had a very detailed video on this, and you can find the link right here. Third mistake is not clearing backlogs. Honestly, I will say this was the biggest mistake that I made in class 11. I used to solve questions and I never asked my doubts. In fact, I also left a few chapters because बाद में देख लेंगे. And 12th में आके I realized that this was a lot of backlog that I had to handle. So one thing I would advise, because I have the benefit of hindsight, is ki try to finish the topics as they are taught to you. So ultimately, you're not left with a huge mountain of work. This brings me to the end of the video. If you made it this far, I hope that none of you are going to make these mistakes in your preparation. Comment down below if you felt that there was something that I missed, so the entire aspirant community can benefit from your comment. Thank you.